everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Vanessa here, and if you haven't come to my channel before, it's all about books, lifestyle, cute outfits, walking through the park with me. But today I want to talk about 3 of my favorite books from 2024 that I've read. All 3 of them were 5-star reads for me, and I'm going to start off with my most recent read. I just finished it today. Show you the book, The Brilliant Life of Adora Honeysett. And I'll read the back to you and then tell you a little bit about my reaction. Adora Honeysett is done with the noisy, moronic world, all of it. At 85, she has witnessed the indignities and sufferings of old age and has lived a full life. With one call to a clinic in Switzerland, a plan is set into motion. And then she meets 10-year-old Rose Trewindy, a whirling pint-sized rainbow of sparkling cheer. All Adora wants is to be left alone. Instead, she finds herself embarking on a series of adventures with the irrepressible Rose and their affable neighbor, the recently widowed Stanley. Afternoon tea, trips to the beach, birthday celebrations, pizza parties. While the trio of unlikely BFFs grow closer, Eudora is reminded of her own childhood, of losing her father during World War II, and of the devastating impact it had on her entire family. In reflecting on her past, Adora realizes she must come to terms with what lies ahead. But now that her joy for life has been rekindled, how can she possibly say goodbye? This book was so heartwarming. It follows the 85-year-old Adora, and in the beginning of the book, she is, resigned to life. She makes this call to Switzerland. She wants to basically end her life with dignity and have the choice to end it when she wants to. But the whole book is about her rekindling her joy for life when she meets this little girl, Rose, and she kind of gets a renewed sense of self and a renewed rekindling love of life. And I just love books that follow, the older generation. This takes place during 2 time periods. Every chapter, it starts with the now, Adora at 85 years old, and then later in the chapter, it reverts back to her childhood during World War II when her father passed away. You get to see her relationship with her sister and her mother. I really recommend this book. I cried at the end of it, and I really think you're gonna like it. If you like it's similar to historical fiction as well. The next book that I just finished last week was Main Character Energy, another 5-star read for me. This book really touched my heartstrings, like it really pulled on them. The main character is a writer, and as myself trying to become a writer, and I write a blog and I'm working on a novel, I could feel how she felt when you're not sure if your writing is good, you're not sure if you're meant to do this with your life, you want to give up on it. And let me read the back for you. Poppy Banks would rather be writing mysteries than writing listicles for her dead-end job at ThoughtBuzz, but after a series of rejections, she's ready to accept life on the sidelines as a plus-size woman. Her Aunt Margot is the one person unwilling to give up on her niece's dreams and tells her so at their secret yearly lunches. But all of Poppy's beliefs about herself are challenged when her beloved aunt dies and leaves her niece a grand surprise, a trip to her villa in the French Riviera. There, she learns her aunt intends to leave her stunning villa and secretive writer's residency to Poppy if she can finish her novel in 6 months. When the writing countdown begins, Poppy realizes she has more to confront than her writer's block. Family drama, complicated romances, and self-doubt all threaten to throw her off course. In this fun and heartwarming debut, Poppy must decide if she can live up to her aunt's and her own desire to be the main character in her own life. I love books that, are about self-growth, about self-actualization, about realizing who you are, trying to find at the core, what your interests are, what your passion for life is, and this book just reminded me of that. And from the moment I started reading it, I knew it was going to be a 5-star read. I know there are some differing opinions of the book, but because I related so much to the main character, I really feel that this book holds a place in my heart. And then lastly, I read this one near the beginning of the year, The Paris Library, and this is a historical fiction. I'm obsessed with anything Paris, anything library, bookshop, coffee shop. I've said this in a previous video, but This one is a historical fiction, and it kind of brought me back to loving historical fictions because I hadn't read one probably in a few years, and I totally forgot about the genre. And then I saw this on my bookshelf, I pulled it off, and it was a 5-star read. And I'll read you the synopsis, which is it's similar to The Brilliant Life of Elidor Oliphant, where Adora Honeysett, how you get two perspectives. You get the present time and then the past. So Paris 1939. Young, ambitious, and tempestuous Odile has it all: a handsome police officer beau, a new best friend, a twin brother whom she adores, and a dream job at the American Library in Paris, working alongside the library's legendary directress Dorothy Reader. When World War II breaks out, Odile stands to lose everything she holds dear. After the Nazi army marches into the City of Light and declares a war on words, Odile and her fellow librarians join the resistance with the best weapons they have: books. Again and again, they risk their lives to help their Jewish readers, but by the war's end, Odile tastes the bitter sting of unspeakable betrayal. So that's during her past, when you're reading about the past, and there's the present, which is Montana in 1983. Odile's solitary existence in gossipy small-town Montana is unexpectedly interrupted by her neighbor Lily, a lonely teenager craving adventure. Odile helps her navigate the troubled waters of adolescence by always recommending the right book at the right time, never suspecting that Lily will be the one to help her reckon with her own terrible secret. Based on the true story of the American Library in Paris, The Paris Library is a mesmerizing and unforgettable novel about the power of books and the bonds of friendship and the courage it takes to forgive. This is very similar. These two books, The Brilliant Life of Adora Honeysett and The Paris Library, they both have an older woman who finds a new friendship in a younger person, and it kind of rekindles their memories, lets them come to terms with what's happened in their life. And I just love, historical fictions. Like I said, finding yourself books, rekindling your love for life. So I just wanted to share these 3 books with you that I've read so far in 2024 that were 5-star reads. I hope maybe you'll pick them up, and in the comments you can share your 5-star reads of the year, or you can share, any 5-star reads of all time that you have. And thank you so much. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again. Bye, y'all.